Hey, when it comes to college football recruiting, exposure is the name of the game. Have you ever heard a recruit say, "I don't really do camps"? Those will be the famous last words of an underrated prospect who's sitting in the crowd in the auditorium on National Signing Day. Hey, it's good to want things in life, but it's even better to do things to make them happen. Success is not an accident, as I always say. It's a combination of decisions made and actions taken to achieve the results that you and others consider a success. In this day and age of hypermedia coverage and social media platforms, saying you want a football scholarship but you don't do camps is like saying you want to score touchdowns but you don't want to play football. The same goes for the guy who doesn't want to do social media either. Perhaps the thinking is that, hey, if I'm good, they'll find me. They might, with an emphasis on the word might. Over 1 million young men suit up and play high school football every year. Many of them would like to play college football. A large majority of them are on social media displaying their talents, and a good many of them are attending camps doing the same. Sure, you may be good, but if you aren't into exposure, you aren't just a face in a crowd, you aren't even in the crowd. College football scholarship opportunities are shrinking for high school football players. More and more schools are taken to the transfer portal to fulfill their certain needs. This is happening while more and more resources are being devoted to cover athletes that want to be seen. Having a Huddle account is cool, but hundreds of thousands of others have one too. I know it can be a daunting task keeping up with all the social media stuff, posting on Twitter, getting pictures up on Instagram, and keeping information updated on recruiting sites. I know it's tough. Hitting all of these camps can be tough too. Your spring breaks get chewed up along with a portion of your summer break. Besides, you might not like all the competing in shirts and shorts. After all, football is a game played in pads. I get it, but you know what else is a game? Recruiting. And part of that game is played on a keyboard and in shorts. You may not like it, your coach may not like it, and, others may not like it as well, but that won't change the facts. We could hate the sky being blue, can't we? The recruiting game is one that has to be played if you want to score touchdowns, which is a scholarship offer for you. There are the rare moments where you could get offers without doing any of the stuff I mentioned. But do you really want to give yourself those long odds? Your college football recruiting window is 4 years out of your life. The sacrifice you make now pays dividends for 20, 30, 40 years. It's always tough for teens to think past the moment they're standing in right now, but success awaits those who do. If a college football scholarship is what you want, then aside from doing all the weightlifting, running, studying, and playmaking on the field in the fall, you have to engage in the exposure side of it. You have to put yourself out there to be seen by those who can make the decision. The best analogy I can give you is that you can work hard to make a pie, and sure, it could taste good, but if you don't bring the pie to the pie contest at the festival, no one will know how good it is. You certainly won't get an award for that. In my 2 decades in the recruiting business, I've learned this one very important thing. The most successful recruits are the ones who make use of all their resources. When you're young, take advantage of everything. As a freshman, pretend no one will recruit you. Consider joining recruiting sites that make sense. Create your Twitter account dedicated to recruiting if you can. Change your Instagram account to incorporate some of your football recruiting info. Attend the smaller camps and start building a list of coaches. You also definitely want to download and create an account on the Gridiron Studs app. As time wears on, you can devote more of your time to the resources that are more necessary. You can change the type of camps you attend based on the amount of success you're having, and you can tailor that coach list to the types of schools that seem to be interested. Make an exposure plan for yourself now and follow it. Bake that beautiful pie. Use the best ingredients, but do bring it to the festival so it can receive the awards it so justly deserves. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, go ahead and share it, and drop your comments on it. What's the best part of college football recruiting for you? And finally, if you're a college football prospect, go ahead and download the Gridiron Studs app. I'll have a link to it down in the description below. Create a profile and let's start boosting your recruiting. That's it for me now. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Gridiron Studs, be seen.